What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. Been a big week in the hobby, mate.
Massive, to say the least. And we may have seen the biggest scam of all time. We thought Card Porn won it all. He was probably, people were jumping up in arms about that. Geez, this guy has topped that and then some. Um, if you haven't caught it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure what the guy's name he goes by, but we'll bring it up in a second.
Yeah.
The article, but the scope of it, Doma, just had me baffled. And what we always say is the extent people will go to make a dollar in this hobby is just ridiculous. And this guy obviously had a fine-tuned system and a way to obviously fake autographs and fake holograms and authenticities and everything, and sold what they're reporting as $350 million worth of items on eBay over the last 20 years. Dom, this has been going on for this dude. Number of people tried to question him in the past and pull him up. And mate, he just squashed them. He just badmouthed them, because once he had the reputation that he had, I say, after a number of years, there was nothing people could do to stop him in a way. And if someone came with what they would say an exclusive deal, say, this person only signs for this company, he would go after and target that exclusive deal and fake all their holograms and fake all their authenticities and put a bunch of fake autos onto the market that were all done by AutoPen and not by the actual athlete. From faking Floyd Mayweather to, who knows, Mike Tyson, faking glove signings, faking card
Tom Brady
signings.
in there.
Tom Brady, yeah, he said the big one was what? Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Patrick Mahomes. And he says 90% of the autos of those players on the market are fake and from him. So this is worrying, Doma, because now what do you know is real and what is not real?
Well, that is the interesting thing that is going to come out of this. So obviously, we're going to flip the podcast on its head today and run with hobby talk first. We've got a few things that have happened on top of this. So other things in the hobby, other stories. So we'll break those, and then we'll get into the sport in the second half today. So the New York Post posted this article. So I'm actually going to read through the article, have a listen. You've probably already caught up to date with some of this stuff, but then we'll talk about the implication of some of the stuff on this hobby, and so on and so forth. So, prominent sports memorabilia businessman was found dead after police carried out a search warrant into his allegedly fraudulent operation. So Brett Lemieux, 45, was the founder of noted sports memorabilia site Mr. Man Cave, which he claimed sold more than 4 million counterfeit items and surpassed 350 million in sales in a 1,200 word, which worked out to be 1,200 word manifesto post that he posted in the Autographs 101 group on Wednesday morning. So he unalived himself, because if we say anything else, we'll get flagged. So he unalived himself after posting the information in this group. So his account has been taken down, so the post went down with it. So what he was able to put in this was, he said, the alleged large-scale counterfeit scheme by faking hologram authentication stickers for sports collectibles of some of the most prominent companies in sports memorabilia. So these are what he faked: the holograms of Panini, Fanatics, TriStar, James Spence Authentics, Mill Creek Sports, and GT Marketing, among others, which are not named. So Lemieux would use the fake holograms to sell counterfeit memorabilia at a far lower price than the market, and he profited handsomely from the tactic. In the Facebook post, Lemieux said he released 80,000 pieces of memorabilia into the market when Kobe Bryant died in 2020. So 80,000 pieces alone. That's crazy. Um, there's
Talk about
even
taking advantage of someone's
oh,
demise
actually,
and just really shocking behavior. Really,
so I'll bring this up,
you know,
source, because there's actually some pictures of
greed,
some of the stuff that he was
um,
selling, which I
massively greedy. This guy, and
so you go. So he had like this was something that was listed on the site. So if this is allegedly that these were all counterfeit, which we're going to assume they were, considering he said they were. So a frame image of Michael Jordan, as you can see here. So he puts the fake hollow, which is down here, I'm assuming. There's the hologram.
yeah,
He noted that he considered stopping with his operation, but the money was too good. Don't care about that guy. Sheldon. Yep. Anyway, these are some of the other things. Like it makes it look really nice. You go Brady
yeah. Kobe
jersey,
Bryant signed
Kobe.
jerseys, and he's got them framed, and makes them look really top notch. And then obviously fakes the holograms, fake the authenticity certificates, and who knows if there was um, authenticity certificates that track back to say, if you sell it on Panini, it goes back to their site. If you scan a QR code, that may have not been something that was implemented for a while. And if it was, he maybe had a way to manipulate that. But just alarming, Dom. I mean, 80,000 just Kobe pieces when he died. And then let alone all the other athletes that he's decided to, um, you know, fake autographs of, and he had it all in a fine-tuned
I think this is the one you
spreadsheet,
sent me actually.
Excel spreadsheet that he could just type a player and sign the autograph. We were all connected to um, an auto pen. He had multiple auto pens running, an elaborate operation, Tom.
So this is some of the
You know,
stuff here, as you can see. He bought all the
this
memorabilia and then he faked. So Steve Grad, the principal authenticator at Beckett Authenticator, and the hobby's leading autograph expert, believes the massive sports memorabilia forgery bust will have an immediate and long-lasting impact on the hobby. What the hell is this shit
so
that's
obviously,
come
yeah,
up?
this is what I mean. I think he was even able to dupe like the authenticators at PSA and stuff, getting stuff signed
Yeah,
and then sending it in, getting authenticated by them, duping them as well, paying for the
yeah. So
authentication, getting it back and then selling it.
yeah. In addition to the Mr. Man Cave Lemieux's eBay account, Break the Bank Autos, which was linked to the Mr. Man Cave website, showed 21,000 items sold through the account through July 17, including autograph items from Hall of Famers like Derek Jeter and Joe Montana and other top sports stars. The account was removed by eBay. We're aware of the ongoing information. A Fanatic spokesperson said the company had never bought any merchandise from Lemieux or the Mr. Man Cave business. Unfortunately, bad actors harm fans and collectors, and that is why 2 years ago we began implementing the newest, most secure hologram technology available, a Fanatic spokesperson said in the statement. Yeah, well, Steiner said that he is solid a big part of the collectible exchange, that people bringing up collections. Steiner, I just want to find the part here. There's a part where he actually. I don't care about these people and their fucking comments. The auto pen stuff is very interesting. The article you sent me, Source, was very, very good.
I think it was on Sports Collectors Daily. That was the website from the one I
Look at
sent you.
this, man. That's
Man, there
crazy,
was
man.
no athlete that was not in play here. He's forged Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Jeter, Judge, Rogers, Aaron Rodgers. Like it's just Joe Montana. Like the list goes on. Patrick Mahomes, and these are well sought after sought after popular players that people want the autographs of, and he's chosen his his targets of what he was doing pretty wisely. And the fact that this went on for 20 years, Doma, essentially, it's just nuts.
The amount of money that he was making was just ridiculous. It was something that one of the articles stated that he could make up to 100,000 USD a week, and he had the system that elaborate that the auto pen, he would just, it was all connected through an Excel spreadsheet. It was all coded, so he'd just go in there and put whatever the shortcut was for the certain player, and it would auto pen the autograph so
On
well
the item that he put there.
on the item, so well that when he sent it to get authenticated by all these people and all these companies, they said it was a real deal, not a fake. So he was getting certs. That's how he was doing it. He was sending all the stuff in. That's why it's named all those companies. And he says in the manifesto, he said, "If you ever dealt with me, the whole plan was to bring down the whole entire organization." That's what he said. He wanted everyone.
The whole entire industry, he said.
Yeah, he wanted everyone implicated. That's crazy, bro.
Just
so it makes you think.
I'm trying to think, Dom. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean if out there that there's what does this mean for the grading? That means these grading companies, it means nothing, right? Because they can't even tell whether it's an auto pen, fake autograph, or a legitimate from the athlete.
I don't know if there was cards involved in it. It was mainly just memorabilia. But what's to say?
But you send the memorabilia to get authenticated. They can still do that.
That's right. What's to say that there's another guy? Yeah, there's another guy somewhere that's doing the same shit, but in cards, and he just hasn't got caught yet.
I was trying to think, what was something else that obviously, since we've been doing this show, that obviously has come about that was pretty elaborate and obviously made a lot of money. And I was trying to think, nothing as big as this, but I'd say the thing that's probably the most elaborate was the reprinting of the Ronaldo rookie stickers, and then obviously they all got passed through Beckett. Then he sold a ton of them on eBay before shutting his account down and running off forever, and no one knows where this guy is. He's gotten away scot-free. The bloke who sold all the fake Ronaldo rookie stickers through Beckett slabs. That one was a pretty good one, but this may just take the cake, Doma.
Well, this definitely takes the cake, for sure. But the implications of it all, it makes you think now. And I'm not saying that these guys do it, but every time you go into a memorabilia store now, I'm not going to mention company names. We have some in this country. I don't want to mention it because it's going to make it sound like I think that they're crooked. I don't think that. I'm just saying, you're going to walk in now and have two minds. You're going to buy something and put up this nice piece in your house, but in the back of your mind, you're like, is it actually real? Did he actually sign it? Did he actually sign it? Did Ronaldo sign that top? Did Brady sign that top? You just don't know. And I understand what the employee from Fanatics is trying to say. What they're trying to say is try and buy the new authenticated memorabilia from us. But the problem is, where are you getting Kobe Bryant brand new authenticated stuff? You know what I mean?
Correct.
Where are you getting all these legends stuff? From legends, I'm talking about in sports that have died. There's no new stuff, and you're not going to go redo it because you're going to go get some of this old memorabilia, which falls into the category of this guy. You know what I mean? You're going to go re-authenticate it, and it's fake anyway, and you're going to say yes, it's real, but it's actually fake because you actually don't know. You can't.
I guess the only way to tell, to obviously guarantee real memorabilia is to buy lesser known players, because I guess he wouldn't go after a guy that jersey sells for $100 signed. You know
He's
what I
not
mean? He's going
going
to go
after
after the
like Sekou
premium.
Doumbouya.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking like
Yeah.
I bought a Ron Artest signed jersey. Now, would he go after that when it only sold for like $60-$70? I don't think that's worth his
No.
time and effort.
But see, he's very smart because he like competitively priced everything.
And just a little bit lower than market, so
Yeah.
he knew it would sell.
Smart.
It's
It's
350
smart because,
million smart, Doma, and then it all came
well,
to an end.
it came to an end
But
for him because he unalived himself, but that's because he got caught. And
I reckon if he
he'd rather
shut up
not face
shop,
time.
if he shut up shop when he knew he should have, he would have never probably ever got caught.
No, he wouldn't have. If he stopped at the $150 million mark instead of trying to go for more, he didn't even have to get to 150
Imagine
million.
that.
To be
They
honest.
get doing $150 million in sales. Obviously, once you take all the tax and everything out of that, I mean, 150 million, he's probably still clearing a shit ton, Doma.
Just
And
imagine fucking doing 100,000 USD a week, which is 5.2 million USD a year. Oh no, you're 52 weeks. That's not. It's 50 million.
50 million.
No, it's not.
No,
I've got it wrong. That's
You're
5
wrong.
point.
You're right. You're right. You said the
I was
first one
right.
was
Yeah,
correct, Doma.
I was right.
Don't doubt your first instinct. That's
Yeah,
what I'll
fuck.
say. It was on the money.
5.2 million USD source, which is 10 million Australian a year, selling fake shit, and he did it for 21 years. That's cooked.
And went to major shows and everything, and no one could shut him down. Like,
And no, and no
how
one
did this go on for
talked.
so long?
No
Juanito
one
got caught
talked.
after 2 years, mate. This guy went on for 21 years.
He did, and no one talked. He would have had someone on the cut, bro. 100%. He would have
I
had
don't
someone
know.
on the cut.
I feel like there's
But
more
that's
people
fucking
implicit in this.
100%. 100%.
And it
It's
maybe even
insane.
runs deeper. And yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm
But
telling you, there's a few people in this hobby that collect cards that are big memorabilia people. Big memorabilia people. Some we've had experiences with, some we haven't had experiences with. But big mem guys. And what's to say that they haven't got a fake? You'd be spewing if you spent all that money and say 20. Well, it'd be crazy if you're a big Brady guy or a Mahomes
what
guy
do you mean? I've seen a few Kobe
or
signed
Kobe.
jerseys up. $15,000 or something they go for. Imagine you're dropping 15K on a fake item. Just poke your eyeballs out, really.
He's a
Moment
Lamar. He's a
if it's
Lamar.
found to that was the case.
Well, it
Could
was
you
a
imagine
Lamar.
that you drop 15K to find out it was a fake item?
It's pretty shit.
I couldn't imagine.
Anyway, it's a big story. We'll see how. Well, nothing's going to happen to these other companies, mate. You just get swept under the rug. Like, nothing's going to
Exactly
happen.
right. And
Look at
when this
Juanito.
did
He
come out,
practically.
Cage shared a story on his socials, on his Instagram, and he said, you've been in the hobby only a minute if you think this is a big story, because apparently it goes back that there's something with these fraudulent sort of autographs and situation has happened in the past, not once, not twice, but I think 3 other occasions, Doma. So has been an industry rife with problems for a long, long time, dating all the way back to the 70s.
So there
Over
was
there in
what was
America.
it? There was Project Operation Bullpen,
Operation Bullpen was
the
one of them. Yeah.
the Mastro brothers, and then
Yes,
Operation something else. It had like a
I don't know.
baseball.
You've done
type.
better than me to remember the first 2, so I'll give you props there. But you're on the money. That was correct. I remember seeing
It's
that.
Bullpen, Mastro brothers,
And I
and
think the
then
Bullpen one actually even has a documentary. So if you're interested, ladies and gentlemen, you can go check out the documentary. But we're all in this space to collect cool items and stuff that we love and enjoy having in our collection. It's just we never want to see anyone collecting, or getting ripped off by buying something that they think is real that isn't. So, it's important that people are aware of this stuff and have it in the back of the mind that when they go to make any purchase of memorabilia in the future, just think about this and make sure you do your due diligence on whatever you're buying. Because, as I said, it's nothing worse than getting ripped off in this hobby, unfortunately.
100%. All right, so a bit more. Obviously, something has happened today, and this was announced, mate. The PSA certified repack service. Yes.
What is this?
As the hobby continues to evolve, new formats are capturing collector interest, blah, blah, blah. At PSA, our role is to meet the moment with the same commitment and transparency and trust. That's why we're proud to announce Certified Repack, a new PSA service designed to bring oversight, integrity, and third-party validation. The first repack to be certified by PSA is Graded Grails, debuting at the National this year with 4 initial series, 2 baseball, 1 basketball, and 1 football. Each box features cards graded by PSA and packed under PSA supervision with a whoop-de-doo, with a checklist that's been reviewed and verified for accuracy. Every card, including chase cards, is randomized and sealed with placements known only to PSA. In short, it's a repack experience certified for integrity. Here's what this means. Every card is PSA graded, every checklist is verified by PSA, every pack is randomized and sealed under PSA supervision, and every placement is known only to PSA and the employees, so they can tell their mates where they are and what number the repack is, so they can send it to Backyard Breaks. I can't wait till Backyard Break starts ripping them and going, "Whoa, this is crazy! Look what I got!" Like, this service is not a collaboration or co-branded product. Why it matters: the repack space is growing fast, but so are questions around authenticity, consistency, and fairness. Looking ahead, Certified Repack is now available at PSA service and will be offered to additional repack brands on a case-by-case basis. Anyway, so they're getting into repacks.
There you go. So they're getting into sort of trying to advertise to breakers and people who do repacks to send the cards to them so they can repack it for them, so it can be PSA certified, so buyers can feel more confident when going into these breakers repacks.
So does that mean that
up on stream, and it's supposed to be less dodgy? Apparently, that's
that
what I'm understanding from
purchase. That means they're going to be purchasing cards from people. It's a repack offered by them.
Yes.
So what's going to happen here? So
they also said they can breakers can apply to have their PSA by case basis. Isn't that what that was when you read that part?
Certified Repack is now available as a PSA service and will be offered to additional repack brands on a case-by-case basis. Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
So, yes, the first one's offered by them to obviously show the product off, but then they're going to try, sucker repack brands in and suck more of a dollar out of people's pocket than they already do. Let's not talk about the crazy upcharges that they already do to you when you get the cards. But they're just going into this and going after every nook and cranny of dollar they can extract out of this hobby.
It's crazy. Just don't put $10 cards in there.
Well, you see that, Doma, and then obviously you've got the innovation that's come about in the last week. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it, so I was waiting.
Right, and we'll bring it up, and I'll show you. There's a video here. I've just got to get the right
real
page up. Was it on this one? Oh my gosh! Maybe I put it. Maybe it was on a. That wouldn't be in that story. No, it wasn't his story. It could have just been on his.
Carlton are getting slapped. Down by 36. Anyway, what's the product while you're trying to find it?
Well, I'm trying to hang on. I can find it here. I didn't want to show you this one because I like the other one, how he did the video, but they probably do a video here somewhere. So I think this is a video that will show it. If you haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring it up and show you exactly what I'm talking about. And that is
Let's have a look at this.
And
exclusive packs dropping. Dynasty 1 sold out in a day. We have Dynasty 2 dropping. Come here. $615, all cards Dynasty. Look at all these logo men. 12 plus logo men in the product. All of the grails are logo men. And then Backers $4,999 high roller pack, 25 packs, basketball and football, LeBron Ultimate Collection, Jordan Mahomes. Truly insane. As high end as you'll see in the sports card world. BlezOnline.com tonight. Tonight on Blez Online.
So that's Blez. That's his latest addition to his website. If you haven't seen it, I would have liked to see. The other video was so good because it actually showed him opening the pack. So I still want to find that video.
Who was the person?
Oh, it was Vinicor from Pool Wax opened it, but I'm trying to think.
Was it on his personal account?
It might have been on his personal. I'm not sure.
I've got him. Michael Vinicor.
Could have been on his personal.
AKA the real pool man. Is it this one? Maybe.
Maybe he didn't post it. Maybe I've seen it on his story.
No.
Bought a $499 pack. Anyway, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it, Blez.
Here it is. I got it.
Here we go. Dom was onto it. It was a good video. So I want to show what that is. So you can.
Is that? Oh, that's you.
At least he has a shirt on, Cage says. Yeah, sorry, Cage. I didn't have the IG open. See your comments on there.
Hello,
down a few. Good to see you in.
Without breakers. Our CFO, Jacob Golan, is here on Blez Online, brand new digital product that they made. This is an NBA Ultimate Pack. Jake, why don't you do the honors? Let's see what we get. So before he does this, I want you guys to understand something. We're buying cards right now without any breakers. We're going to find out exactly what we get. Right now, we get shipped this to our house. Let's go.
It's pretty cool.
We just deposited $500. Jerry did not pay me.
Just imagine, this is like opening a Panini online pack. But it's not completely online. It's the physical card that will then get posted out to you. Look how cool that is.
Okay. We hit a pack.
Opens up.
We're in the virtual
the
land.
pack comes up.
It's pretty high quality, super dope. I'm getting dopamine. My heart is beating. Autograph. Shaquille O'Neal.
He hits a Shaq.
Auto on card. Out of what, Jake? What does that say?
15.
Out of 15?
Can we see the buyback offer?
All right, let's see it.
And then there's an instant buyback offer.
All right, so
straight
we
away.
paid $499. So, we have a Blez buyback offer of $363. Thank you so much.
I'll say this is part of the future of repacks. You know, obviously, if you build up a big enough brand and you can invest the money into that sort of thing. You build your repack, you make them all digital, and people open them at their own peril online. And you got the instant buyback feature that you can instantly buy it back off them and send them out the money to their verified account that they have on their account. Why not just play slot machine? Well, breaking boxes is gambling like slots anyway, Cage. So it's just another form of people doing breaks, opening boxes. It's pretty cool if you ask me.
It's something different. It is something different. The only shit thing is, The only shit thing is, it does work a bit like a mobile game, because you're not really getting the enjoyment of the physically opening it. I guess that's the only thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's no
But
different to people opening your cards over the break.
But the fact that you can rip it, Source, and then but the fact that you can rip it, and in a week you can go to your mailbox and pull out a to 15 impeccable Shaq that you ripped in an online pack, and then get the real deal. It's pretty sick as well. They didn't buy in hoping for a Shaq card they didn't even know existed. The cool thing about it, though, is like Saucy showed in the reel beforehand with Blez, when you click on the pack, which Vinicor probably should have just shown it before he opened it, you can actually go down, and it's got the hit rates. It's got the chase cards, the growl cards, every card that's in it. So if they actually went through that checklist, they'd be able to see that the Shaq was in there, I guess. They need to curate it, make breaks with just 90s NBA hits or just Aussie footy hits. Then you get collectors involved. No, I agree with you. That'd be pretty cool as well.
I think, but I think this is just the beginning. I think the scope for what they could do with it is, endless. Really,
mate, you can make them like a noir series. You can make a National Treasures series. It doesn't matter what the year is.
Correct.
You can make a football NFL NT repack, and it could be the best NT cards that they have.
It is good that they're showing the whole sort of checklist at the bottom, so you give people transparency. I'll give them credit with that. It's one of the sort of the biggest things that people have against repacks is they sort of want to know what's in the repacks themselves, just to see what they have a chance of hitting. So
F1,
that was a good aspect of it.
Cage, you would open an F1, and if you didn't see Uncle Larry in the checklist, you wouldn't buy it. That was actually the biggest mistake I made, Source. When I went to give Cage a card, when I saw him, he thought that I was giving him Uncle Larry. I didn't even think to bring him Uncle Larry, like a lemon that I am. Just for that alone, I should get a lemon. Doesn't this just make the manufacturer do the same thing? Well, technically they are with Topps now. It's practically the same shit, but you can see the card that you're buying 10,000 times and then hoping you're going to get a one-on-one that Topps can actually just say, we're never going to even print it. And no one actually gets it, to be honest. That could be genuinely the biggest scam in the hobby. Seriously.
Imagine that's the case. They're selling it on this false hope. You get this crazy one-of-one triple auto, and they never produce it.
Yeah, Giannis dunks, and it's like, it's a Topps now moment with a one-on-one Giannis auto, but he gets all his one-on-ones anyway, so he's actually holding on to it while everyone's buying a gazillion fucking copies of his card.
And Giannis's deal is he just gets a commission of all the pack sales.
No, I agree with you. It does need to be curated, and it doesn't stop. Like, as we know, with all the NFT stuff, all they have to do is just really convert their NFT platform into the same thing. Really, they've got all the bones behind it and the money behind it to create that service. So, yeah, don't mind repacks. It is literally the only thing propping up the space. 100% at the moment it is. When product costs as much as fucking a gold bar, and you get as much as, I don't know, a gummy bear in return, like, it's ridiculous. Just ridiculous shit.
Yeah, we've spoken about this, Domo, that repacks are needed in this hobby, especially with the way that production of boxes and composition of boxes and prices of boxes is going, and I don't think it's getting any better under the new regime. That will be, I don't think it will be interesting to see, because I think that we've gotten a taste of it with their takeover from Topps, and it'll just be more of what we're seeing. I don't think there's going to be anything. The only good thing will be is that they'll have a lot more players to release in their sets, and they won't have this so much of a split up in certain rookies signing exclusive deals. They'll try obviously get majority of them in there. I feel like that will probably be the biggest change. Panini's sort of a bit lackluster the last couple of years, losing some major rookies autographs in their sets, going across a few sports. So, yeah, look.
Cage says Kabooms go to crap if repacks go away.
Just like La Poo-Poos.
La Poo-Poos. Yeah, you're not a fan of the Kabooms, are you, Cage?
Cage is a fan of the numbered Kabooms from back in the day, but anything not numbered, like we've always said,
they had a
this
sicker
case
design
that,
too. They had a sicker design as well.
Yeah, and non-numbered, you can't actually know how many is out there.
Well, that was the big problem that happened during COVID, when all these inserts and these crazy inserts were coming out. Like, if Color Blast come out and they're numbered, it's a bit different to, like, you're not knowing. That was the ambiguity behind it. When he's going to talk about what really happened at the Lamine Yamal birthday, I heard he was there throwing little people all around the place. I don't know if you actually know that story or what happened, Source.
I've heard whispers that it was a wild event.
It was something out of bloody. I think he watched The Wolf of Wall Street the month beforehand, planning his party, and then decided we're going to throw dwarves around at my birthday. Like, it was out of control. Out of control. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. It was mental. You can put me on the record saying I was there. They'll probably call me. Oh, you were at the Lamine Yamal's birthday party. But I was actually seeing a Kaboom in person last week. You don't always see them, so Andrew was there. He brought Lamine some dogs, little people and dogs. Did he bring his lemon of the year that he never accepted to the birthday party? Yeah, I miss Goldberg. I do miss him. Or should we call him Gilberg, if people get that reference? I lost my train of thought. I seen a Kaboom in person, and I tell you what, it's not an impressive card. I pulled it out and went, oh, Kaboom. It was a WWE Kaboom with Bron Breakker, actually. And I went, oh. As soon as you see the color, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you pull it out and you're like,
look, Dom, it's cool. The first set they released, second set, and then it just gets old. It's a bit like when they released the blank slates, and they were really cool the first few out, and now it's just getting, rinse and repeat. So, yeah, look.
Hello, Andy.
People will love it. People won't love it. I just speak with what I decide to buy, and that's I stick more to the autos these days. I feel like that's my passion in this hobby, collecting autos. Exactly, it's cool, and then they kill it. They overdo it. That's exactly right.
That's what they always do, and then they think, oh yeah, money grab, and then they go from Color Blast to Black Color Blast, and then they change the color.
They just invert the colors. Yeah. They press invert on Photoshop, mate.
Like, that's what they do. That's what they do. And then, and Cage would know this as well. Like when they put the metal cards for the first time, like in Gold Standard and all these other products, Panini, and then they're like, oh, what's the best thing we can do with that? It was a base card. So then what did they turn around and do? 101 printing plate to make it sound like it's sick. Like, no one gave a shit. You watch every breaker pull a 101 printing plate and just be like, oh, 101, whatever. It could be the worst 101 of all time. Unless you can go use it as an actual printing plate and go print more of those cards to scam the hobby, then it's not worth it, is it? So it's another 2-cent card. So anyway, hello, Andy, once again. Welcome to the far right card content and sports content on the internet. He's far left and we're far right, apparently. Last thing, you got a lemon.
Last but not least, I've got a lemon. I may have found a lemon. This came across the socials. Vinny sent it to us. He was in the chat earlier. He said he's on the Barbie, so he can't stick around. But thank you for tuning in quickly, Vinny. He sent this to me, And Doma, when he said it to me, I was thinking, surely not. Surely not. Surely not. People have enough brains in this hobby, but clearly not. Because this person, Doma, has literally sent a card, shipped it by slapping. They've grabbed the slab, my slab. I've slapped the label on top of the actual slab, and I've sent just that in the post. As you can see, look at the way he sent it. He's printed out the label and just stuck that over the slab. Hasn't put the slab in a bubble mailer. Hasn't put any cardboard around it and in a bubble mailer. Nothing. Even just in a bubble mailer would probably be a bit more acceptable than what he's done here. He's literally put the sticker on the slab and put that in the mail.
Who's the player?
Sir? Oh, that's I actually don't know. I have to increase the size, but for doing that, you, sir, are a lemon. Absolute lemon. Get one of those. Who posts a card like that, Doma? That's just shocking.
That's great. Hello, Olivier Beroud from France.
Au revoir.
Sacre bleu. That's all I know, really. Far right, like Donald Trump at the Club World Cup. Yeah, he stood far right to the stage and didn't get off. Hello, Manny.
Manuel.
Well, Cage is in here, Manny. You can talk to him about Lamine Yamal and his dwarves at his birthday party, since you love Barcelona so much. Okay, that's it for the hobby content. Let's jump into some sports. If you were here just for the hobby content, stick around. Stick around. We might teach you some new stuff. Hello, Jono. What's happening, mate? Let's get to the AFL. Let's get to round 19 first before we don't even need to cover this game. It's rubbish. Anyway, I'm going to fly through these. Giants defeat Essendon by 48. Brisbane defeat the Bulldogs by 10. It was a cracker game. And guess what?
Okay.
The Dogs are outside the 8, mate.
You could be right.
So are the Blues. So are the Blues.
Blues are done. You're right on that one.
So are the Blues. Hawks defeated Port Adelaide by 38. Sydney defeated North Melbourne by 31. We were good for about a quarter and a half. That was probably it. The Blues had a season-turning win against Melbourne that turned to poo tonight against Hawthorn because they're getting belted. So Richmond slapped West Coast. Geelong slapped St Kilda. Adelaide slapped the Suns. At one stage, it was 54-4 in this game. But the biggest upset of the round was the Dockers defeating the Pies at the G by a point. It was a cracker game.
It was a good match and big win by the Dockers. The sort of win that they need to have that belief that they can, do something this season. So, yeah, well played to them. And Voss had a big game, 5 goals. I think he kicked. Patrick Voss had a day out. And, look, credit to them. You can't – Collingwood was coming and, they're going to come in that fourth quarter. And, in the end – Fremantle were able to hold on, and we always thought Collingwood was going to pinch the win, but they weren't able to this time.
Too good. Anyway, this week's games, we've got Hawks versus Carlton. Well, we both would have tipped Hawthorn, so don't have to worry about that. They're about to kick another goal here. Yep. Next game is Essendon versus the Dogs. The Dogs will need this win, and they'll get it, I think.
Easily.
I'm going Dogs. You're going Dogs. GWS versus Sydney. This is a huge game for the Swans.
I think GWS win. I think Hogan will be back.
He should be back. I'm tipping Sydney because I want to see if they can make the finals. They're on a run and a half at the moment. Gold Coast versus Brisbane in the Q Clash.
Brisbane.
I'm also going Brisbane. Fremantle versus West Coast.
Fremantle.
North Melbourne versus Geelong at Marvel.
Geelong.
I'm also going Geelong. I know Magda put in the chat there. What do you say? Roos upset Cats. I don't think so. Adelaide versus Port Adelaide.
Adelaide. They're looking good, the Crows. They're looking
Yeah,
good.
they do look good. If all their forwards can stay healthy, they'll be very good. Richmond versus Collingwood.
Collingwood.
I'm also going the Pies. And Saints versus Melbourne. What a terrible game at Marvel.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to tip the Saints.
I'm tipping them as well.
At Marvel, they can,
Yeah.
beat Melbourne. I think so for sure.
Oh, he's turned it over centre field here, Sauce. This is an absolute. Oh, Wiedering is just taking a one-handed grab, a ripper. It's 76-39.
I've got the rugby league on, mate. The game's much better. Melbourne Storm, they're down by 2 against the Roosters.
I think I've got to get into the rugby league.
It's a good match, 28-30. A lot of points.
Yeah, I might have to put that on. I'll put that on. Give me a sec. Let me put it on. Turn this shit off. I might have to change codes.
Oh, supporting North Melbourne, I wouldn't blame you, mate. Same with me supporting Essendon. It's slim pickings, mate.
Do you reckon my crazy take? I reckon that's what I'm going to bring to the. I'll bring it to the podcast next year. I reckon my 2026 psycho take that I tell supporters to piss them off as a joke, but I genuinely could be serious with Carlton and Essendon. You might have to wait till 2026 to get it, but all right, Sauce, that's the AFL done and dusted. Have you got some soccer transfers?
Soccer news. I should have had it prepared, but anyway, I'll get it up. Take me a second. Goes straight to the man. There he is. He's the first one. He's the first one on the cards here. So we've got what can I say? Rashford has got to move away. So there you go. You've got rid of one. He's gone to Barcelona. Doma, you've got.
It just took 5 years of me saying that he had to go. We finally got rid of him, Sauce.
Xavi Simons could be on his way to Chelsea.
Yeah, that's a good get. That's a good get for Chelsea.
DePaul is it's got the here we go, so it doesn't get the here we go unless
he's got the here we. He's going to the
DePaul
MLS.
is going to Inter Miami, so they're going to get another great player there. Who we got here? Ekitike signed 6-year deal with Liverpool. Who's he come from? He's come from Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. So they've signed on a new player. Then Goykeres has finally agreed to the deal with Arsenal. So Arsenal will get their man. Finally, the striker that I've been asking for, Doma, for us to sign a proper striker for the last 2 seasons.
He could potentially be Kai Havertz.
A more expensive Kai Havertz. So who knows?
I'm just saying he could be.
João Felix on his way out of Chelsea.
The only good sign for Arsenal getting him is the fact that he kicked a lot of goals in the Champions League.
Cunha
against really good side.
Mbwepo.
I'm happy, man. I told you.
United.
What did I want? I said I wanted Premier League players. They've signed 2
Premier League players.
We've signed 2 Prem players. I'm happy.
Look, and you know what? You make a fair point, Doma, on that, because you go have a look at the history of what your club's done. You signed Malakia. He was a Malakia, right? And you got Anthony. He was out of there. He might have been a Malakia as well because he's gone as well. Came from these dud leagues that we talk about, Doma, that we say, oh, mate, you can play good there and you can have a few good games in Champions League along with that, but then you come to the Premier League and have to play Premier League week in, week out, and you crumble like a sack of spuds.
That's right.
So you've made a fair point. You know, you've had proven Premier League guys come into the club. Let's hope that they can, I mean, Cunha is a step up from what you already had. Cunha is a good player. So.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Emi Martinez but I don't know. The striker, I know Manny's giving us shit here for
You
Nick
should have kept
Jackson.
the hair. You didn't need
Yeah,
to
I
get
know,
rid of him.
I know,
You
I
could have kept
know,
him.
I know.
You wouldn't have to get a new keeper now. But now you got to
I
get a
know.
new keeper because this keeper's so shit. He's
I
made
know.
so many mistakes.
Rashford leaving to make room for Nick Jackson. Well, then I don't think they'll sign Nick Jackson. Even though it follows in my theory of signing Premier League players. Nick Jackson is genuinely a head case, and I would rather not have him. But the good thing was that Sesko came out and said he wants to play for United. So, and he's a striker. He comes from the German league. Can't
There you
remember the
go.
last time we had a player from the German league. Sabitzer, and he actually played really well on loan 2 years ago.
German league's a bit more robust
Yeah.
and tougher
I'll
than some
take
of the
him.
other leagues.
I'll
I'd
take
say.
I'll take Sisko in a heartbeat, mate. Anything's better than Rasmus Højlund, who's an absolute dud.
70 million you spent on it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. To kick, what was it, like 11 goals in Serie A? We fucking Højlund sounds a bit like Haaland, and that's what got us sucked in. We literally was like
You were buying the Timu Haaland.
Yeah, Timu Haaland. Far out, man, I tell ya. Anyway, yeah, there's been some good signings around the world, which is very, very nice.
That's the world game, Doma.
That is the world game. Next
2
up
weeks,
is...
2 weeks or 3 weeks, the Premier League's back. So before we know it, we'll be covering Premier League again, ladies and gentlemen.
And I think, when's the deadline? Deadline's on the 31st of July. Is that correct? It's usually end of the month.
Transfer deadline.
Mason Mount's going to dominate this season coming, mate. Relax.
July 1st. On September the 1st.
Oh, so we've still got a bit of time. We've got a bit more time to sell. So we still got to sell Garnacho, Sancho, Malakia. These guys have all been mentioned by Fabrizio that they're getting sold. So there's a few more sales coming, which is good. But yeah, the Premier League starts opening round. We play each other, Sauce, on the 18th of August.
In the opening round?
Yeah.
Oh,
our first game is against each other.
If it's a good time, we might have to do a stream.
Yeah, your boy Victor's debuting, mate.
There you go.
You know, the only positive thing as a United fan was we couldn't even beat Leeds. And at half time, he made us run suicides. Doggies. Did you see that? He made us run doggies at halftime.
At halftime, what? Because you weren't playing.
We were shit. I love that shit. I love it.
Well, let's hope that they can back him in and he can change the course of the.
We might have to put a caveat that after 15 games of United is within 3 games of Arsenal or Chelsea, I might triple or nothing.
Shut up. Now he's trying to get his way back into it.
Manny will take that too. Manny will take that too.
Oh, I think Manny will take it, but I'm not taking it. I'm happy with the double. I got to send you my items. My items. I'm happy with the double.
Anyway, next up is F1. Just one of the best races on the calendar is Spa. So the Belgian Grand Prix at the Spa Francorchamps. That's Sunday, 27th of July, 11 p.m. I'll definitely be tuning in for that. Manny says that is not going to happen.
Smart, Manny. Well done.
That means he doesn't trust Chelsea. That's weak, Manny. That's very weak. All right, over to you, Source, for some UFC.
Yep, UFC. And over the weekend, I'll bring it up. I've got it prepared, Doma. Here it is. Yeah, bring it up. 318. Max Holloway gets the win over Dustin Poirier in his final bout. 5-round unanimous decision. Good win by Max Holloway. It was a cracking fight. Then you had Paulo Costa defeating Roman Kopylov. Big win by the underdog Paulo Costa. Just proves, Kopylov, great record, up and comer. But when you come up against these veterans that are still ranked, you find out, quickly that it's another level when you get into these, higher ranked opponents. Then you had Daniel Rodriguez defeating Kevin Holland with a decision over the 3 rounds. Prosciutto Pitbull defeating Danny Ing with a unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. Then you had Michael Johnson defeating Daniel Zellhuber with a decision over the 3 rounds. Vinicius Oliveira in the prelims over Kyler Phillips. Marvin Defori defeated by Brendan Allen in the middleweight division. And then you can keep going down and down and down. But I just wanted to go down here, Doma, because we had our boy Jimmy Crute got the submission in the first round in the light heavyweight division over Marcin Pracino. He gets the win and back on the winners list. Good to see from our boy
Very nice.
Jimmy Crute.
Well done, Jimmy Crute.
And then this week, and Doma, we have another Aussie in action. We have Robert Whittaker against Rene de Rida, number 5 in the world against number 13 in the world. You got to think Whittaker, if he wins this fight, he's won his last few. He could be on the verge of a potential another middleweight title shot. And then your co-main event, you got Peter Yan against Marcus McGee, and then Shahada Magmedov against Marc-Andre Barriot. That's going to be about Asul Alimev against Jose Ocha, Nikita Krylov against Bogdan Guskov in the light heavyweight. And then you've even got the prelims, Bryce Mitchell against Said Nurmagomedov. That looks like a cracker. It's a good card, Doma. Let me just tell you that. Tune in 2 a.m. I think this one might be in Abu Dhabi. Usually when they're that early, they're in Abu Dhabi. Yes, United Arab Emirates.
No, you're all over it, mate.
There you go. 5 a.m. the main card Sunday morning, and then the prelims kicks off from 2 a.m. So if you're feeling an all-nighter and you want to watch UFC, go for it, ladies and gents. But most likely I will probably just wake up to try catch the main fight on that one personally. It should be a belter.
Beautiful. Very nice sauce.
Another mention, I'm not sure if you've seen, obviously since we've done our last podcast, you had the Tim Tszyu against Fedora, number 2. He got taken out. People were saying that Fedora was lucky to split him open the first fight. I think he puts it all to bed because he stopped the fight in the second one. Tim Tszyu's got to go back to the drawing board, and we'll see where his career goes from here, Doma, because, not too long ago, he was potential super fight with Terence Crawford, who's currently about to fight Canelo. So if you're not aware of that one, ladies and gentlemen, that's a massive boxing fight that I would say is one of the best boxing fights put on, between two guys in the last 5 years. You got Terence Crawford against Canelo Alvarez. That's later on this year. We'll remind you when you get closer to it, but that's something I'll tune in for. But yeah, back to the drawing board for Tim Tszyu. Let's see where he goes from here. And
of course, just another one in the fight game. Alexander Usyk defeated Daniel Dubois, and
knocked him out.
I said after I predicted him to win the two Fury fights, he was my pick, that this guy could go down as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. That's how good he is. So, big props to him. And obviously he teased that third fight against Fury, where there's nothing on the line. He's already 2-0 against him. There's no need to have a trilogy fight. But anyway, whatever.
What did I say? How do you get the trilogy fight when you've lost 2? That's just crazy.
Money.
I've never heard of that ever.
So what happens if he wins? Do they have a 4th fight to see if it goes to 2-2, and then you have a best of 5? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Who knows? That's all I've heard of. The Storm are just holding on here. There's 38 seconds left. They're up by 4. They got a line drop out that they got to kick.
You're a bit behind to me.
Oh no! Can't believe they've bottled it last week against Manly when they were favourites, and they've come up here. I mean, they were favourites tonight, but no Munster.
Oh, they choked.
Good win.
Not Storm. Not Storm. They've done well.
Anyway, Doma, that's
it
just
for
about
us.
wraps up UFC and wraps up what we've got to talk about. We hit the hour mark. That's why we flipped it on its head, because we knew Hobby Talk this week was going to be longer. So we flipped it on its head, ran with the biggest scam of all time as far as we've seen in the hobby that we've been involved in. The older heads, as we mentioned, Cage, who was in the chat earlier. Obviously, there's been around a number of scams around previously as well. Very similar to this. So, I mean, it's not the only one, but yeah, just be aware, ladies and gentlemen. Always do your due diligence on items that you're going to buy. And never want to get caught holding the bag, as we say, Doma.
Definitely not. On that note, ladies and gents, thanks again for another great week. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. It's double coverage, and peace out.
Peace out. Like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double curve.